Just give it a little tiny accent. It doesn't have to be, so as you can see, it's one of those roses. You can see that it's adding just that little bit of interest. Where there's a corner that might need a little bit of a hint, then that's the way that you can do it with these. Of course, the blossoms that you've got with this set as well, they're just in the background, just beautiful. And you will find that you'll go to these time and time again. $14.99, so affordable with regards to these. She's still working on the same piece over there, bless her. She's still going away with them. 260039 if you wanting to get hold of those. Oh, I've got it now. She's not having it back. The reason that she's passed it on to me is because this is a stamp set she's been working with. So, oh, there's another one there. We've been busy with this one. Have a look. Again, brilliant value for money. $14.99 for 2 stamp plates. Of course, a lovely lady there with her off-the-shoulder little number that she's wearing with her hair blowing in the wind. Gives you so much scope for you to create with these. Beautiful poppies, you can see. Leonie said change the colours. It could be a pansy. You've got your kind of your seed pods forming there as well, and then of course your 4 elegant ladies with their wonderful floral hairdos. That's what Leonie was working on. She just added those finishing touches. A little bit of the white accent there just to add, and you can see around here, highlighting certain areas, just giving it those results. Going around the poppies, as you can see here, with that dark pen that's included within your one-day special. And of course, using the purple, as we saw around those circles, to really highlight certain areas. Again, depending on how you want to work with those stamps, maybe you're going to build up the colour and give the dimension of those true flowers. But isn't that a fabulous example of using them all together? $14.99, brilliant value for money. 958205. Now, if you're wanting those, pop them into your basket. Spread the cost. You can do when you've got the one-day special in your basket. You might want to add these in there. And these have been immensely popular through all of the shows. So many of you have been taking advantage of these that now 70% of the stock has gone. You're going to get that incredible license to Quil pen. This is phenomenal. I don't think they only used it in her demonstration, but she's going to be using it a little bit later on. It's a really solid black. In fact, I've got the thumbs up. She's going to be using it in her next demo. Alongside it, you're getting these wonderful transfers. Come with their application tool, which might just look like a lolly stick to you, but no, it's an application tool. And what that means is you can get these laid down, trim around them, don't try to kind of isolate one. Then you've got all those fabulous details. So you've got the wonderful Masquerade masks, as you can see there. The crowns, you can see that fabulous feather there. Again, elements that are going to echo those stamps that you've seen, the squiggle flower there, the little blossoms, and then the ladies. Oh my goodness. Now, Leonie was working with these earlier on and getting some amazing results. So yeah, definitely get those. I'm just trying to see if I can see something that she used. Now, the lashes. Oh my goodness. These are going to transform projects. Have a look at this. Now, this is something that Leonie built up last night using the amazing stencil that we had. Sadly, we lost that in the first hour. But then she added those amazing lashes. That is phenomenal, isn't it? All from that set there. It's proved to be very, very popular. And here you go, look at this. This is amazing. Look at that. Adding that in. Wow. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now, I wish I could say to you can get these on their own, but you can't. They are all part of the bundle, and you have been snapping them up in your droves. For Freedom members, you have got that saving on there, bringing them down to just $17.99, and 70% of the stock has gone. Hope we've got enough to last the day. 724304. They're on the website along with everything else. So if you're wanting your tools, if you're wanting those washi sheets that we saw in the last hour, they are on there as well. Some amazing dies. Again, some fabulous pens there. I just wish that we had enough time to sit and show you every single one of these items. Sadly, we don't. Oh, the bag as well. Oh, 5-star reviews on this. You're going to love that as well. There's just so much to look at. So much to use, and the beauty is you will have all the time in the world when you get these home. Sadly, we don't have that luxury.
We don't, so I'll try and be a bit quick. So I was having a play with that one in the break.
Okay.
It's funny, actually, because I know we're having a chat with RD, who obviously is amazing at drawing faces. And I was saying, Dee, I feel that I haven't done her face proportionally, and we've decided her face should be coming out.
Okay.
But then it was like, well, does it matter?
No,
Does it matter? Of course it doesn't.
Yeah.
So I wanted to show you my version of this. You
Okay.
can do whatever you fancy. So transfers. I'm going to work on another printed background because I like doing, because it makes me use my backgrounds, the truth be known. I love these masks.
Amazing.
I just think they are beautiful. So I'm going to look at, now when you've got the mask, it might be going over an image that you've already got.
Yeah.
Or you might be mixing it up with the eyes that you've already got. Now you'll notice we've only got 4 pairs of eyes that would work.
Okay.
So, oh no, we've got another pair there. I've missed out those eyes. So it means you can play with your masks, which I just think, see, I kind of fancy the fox, which I just think is rather amazing. So when you're doing these, you're going to cut out the image first of all. And I'll try and do it relatively quick, but I'll see for time. I know, I try and do it quick, but that doesn't happen. Pop it on, like such. Now, be confident with these, don't worry too much, because when you're doing things like this that are quite off-piste, it can be a little bit scary. So just rubbing that in place. Now, these rub-ons are so simple to use. They're really, really effective. So just working across and making sure I can see that it's kind of changed colour. If you've got a few bits that haven't, don't panic too much. Just peel it off gently, and those last bits should stick. There you go. Gorgeous. It's over an acrylic base. It's perfect. Absolute perfect. Right, eyes. Those eyes look perfect. So I'm going to cut the eyes out. These are so good, aren't they?
Now, the holes that you've got in the mask, are they the same distance apart as the eyes on the stencil?
Well, the other ones weren't. No, look. They're a little bit too far. So what I've done is just hold it in place. So what you should do, be safe. Because if I put any pressure on that, I'm going to rub it off. So just cut that out, like so. And my other eyes were possibly a little bit big, but it didn't matter, you know, because this is all, it's all interpretation, isn't it? I mean, I'm not going for precision here. There we go.
Oh.
And then put that one on. I adore these. They're so cool. There we go. Pop that on like this. And again, just rubbing that in place. And let's have a lift. So lift off gently one corner. There.
Wow.
Seriously cool, innit?
Oh my goodness.
Seriously cool. Now, this is where I get nervous on this bit, drawing the face in.
Right.
So what I did, I don't own, this is pathetic, I haven't got any pencils in the building. So what I did was, I actually decided, okay, so that's probably going to cover her nose. So her lips are going to have to be around here, aren't they? So if I just there, right, her lips are probably going to be around there, and then the face is probably going to be around, so coming in and probably coming in like this. Like that. Okay?
Yeah.
The way I did this is copying. So I'm looking at Jane's and I'm thinking, okay, if Jane's eyes are about there, the nose is about just coming in about there, so the lips are straight under. I'm looking at where Jane's put her the face on that, and I'm thinking, well, it probably is going to be
that looks
around
like it's
there.
in proportion,
So I've gone in with my white pen first, and that's given me the confidence then to build it up. It is still a little bit, I'm a little bit scared, but if you just go in now, so with the fantastic pen, so this is that license to Quil, just going in. Oh, sorry, is that in the way?
I was just wondering whether on the packaging whether there are any hints, because I know on the stencils we had some hints, but yeah, sadly not on the packaging.
See, and the thing is with this now, it doesn't matter if it's not perfect, because I know I've got my fantastic ultimate pens, so I know when I go over with my ultimate pens, I can add any detail that I need.
Now, you're working with a license to Quil pen, which comes with these transfers. I mean, this has been amazing. I mean, it looks quality, it looks classy. It looks like it's something that, a little element of overindulgence, isn't it, with this pen? A real treat.
And then I must admit, with these, like I did with my last one, it's all about the hair.
Yeah.
So I want that mad, wild hair coming out of it, like so. So I think her ears would be probably just about there. See, now I think, see where my other one, I think her face were too narrow. This one, her face is quite short.
She's got quite a strong jawline.
She's
I
got
like
quite
it.
a strong jawline. Actually, see, her hairline would be up here, wouldn't it? That's what I'm doing. So really, that would still be, this is her hairline.
Oh, I see, yeah, yeah.
Isn't it? So that, now I'm going to have to pretend that's a bit of fringe. There we go. So that'll be how I do it.
Yeah.
That'll be her hairline.
Yeah.
That makes all the difference.
Yes, it does, yeah.
That's the one. But actually, doesn't really matter. Bring her neck in like this, give her a nice neck. And then, obviously, there we go. So she's got a little shoulder coming on. Okay, so it's just a suggestion. What was the expression?
A mere suggestion.
A mere suggestion. Okay, mere suggestion. So now you can start adding a little bit of colour, but you don't have to go excessive with colour.
Okay.
And this is a beautiful thing about it. Again, you can just build up gently. You can just do highlights or just, you know, mere suggestions. So if we come in, because if I just now add just a little bit of colour. So we're going in, popping a little bit of colour where it'd be stronger. I'm not going to go mad with colour, mainly because of time as well.
And this is fabulous as well, because you might think to yourself, when you're thinking about it logically, you put a mask onto your face, don't you? Well, not everybody does, but you know what I mean. That's the way you would do it. So you might, in your head...
Every Saturday.
Well, you might think in your head, right, I need to do the face and then put the mask on top.
Yeah.
But you've shown that you don't have to. You can start off, build your confidence up by building that mask, putting the eyes in place, and then, like you say, just a few little lines there, sketchy lines, to fill it in.
And I'm not, I mean, you were listening to me try and build a face up. I'm not confident with, you know, where this is, where that is, but I'm still pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to, oh, I'm getting a bit carried away with colour. You don't have to over worry about this. You don't have to stress. You know, you're just creating a base. So work with that base. Work with what you've got, because I know I've got the products that will support me when I go like this and go too far with my colour, which I have done now, because I know I've got enough products to get me, you know, if it's like, oh, made a mess, I know I've got the products that will get me out of that mess.
Yes, yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very lucky. I can do that. I can get it. I can lift anything back out again. So I'm going to make a mouth wider, and I love that because I know I can do. It's like, yeah, I know what I need to do now. I know I need to make that a bit, you know, because it has to match the face. So I'm happy with that. Let's bring in a little bit of pink. The pink, I can use my gorgeous pens. I've popped it on the mat. I'm then going to pick that up and let's go for it. Let's give her fabulous pink cheeks.
Ooh,
like
that's
that.
good.
So she's got gold pink cheeks. Let's put a bit of pink in there as well. And then a bit of pink in that forehead. And then let's bring in the lips. So look after your brush, Leona. Let's bring in the lips. Now, the lovely thing with the lips, of course, because I've got the licence to know, this is one of your ultimate pens. Because I've got my ultimate, it means if I need this to be a little bit bigger, I can do that. You've got that fabulous nib.
Oh, this is it. I mean, the pens are fabulous. The names are incredible. This particular one is in your duo. You've got your matte black lace and you've got your thriller jacket. Now, there is another black. The other black is teamed up with your suede brand. So, yeah, $14.99 again with those sets. But the black in the other set is a gloss black. So, yeah, if you're wanting that set at the bottom of your screen, you'll find the details. And then, of course, you have got that other set with Daisy Duke in there. Daisy Duke and Aquadisiac. Is that how it is? Aquadisiac, yeah.
Well done. Aren't they fab names?
I wasn't overconfident because it's easier to read it when it's on the screen, I'm not going to lie.
It is, isn't it? There. See, it's all coming together. And I like it because I can still pop those lines in.
I can't wait till you put doing the eyes. I'm getting all excited
all the
now,
eyes,
knowing
innit?
what's come in.
It's all in the eyes. And even with a mask, like, you can still, if you go a bit over with that paint, this will allow you to go back in again and create a little bit more. Again, it's all about the drama with those pens. Right, shall we do eyes?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I love the eyes.
Everybody's going, yeah, let's do the eyes.
Eyes. Come on, white pen, don't fail me now. Okay, keep giving these a shake. because obviously it's that white.
It's amazing the difference.
I'm doing little dots just to build it up. I know I might have gone over the lines. That doesn't matter because I've got my black pen. I can go in, I can save it all. I'm then going to go in with one of my paint pens and again little dots for those paint pens, and it just starts bringing those eyes. Quite cool, innit? There we go. Now with the paint pens as well, of course, you can start bringing the colour in. Nice. This is over that fabulous transfer.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
So you can colour these in. And they do, I mean, look how well these colour in. So being quite strong with my colour and just starting to add. And look, I adore how these start to build up. See, they look quite good, don't they? There we go. Silver and gold would be beautiful. I love it. Bring in the silver.
We're getting lots of mere suggestions coming in throughout areas.
She's having a lovely time.
We see, the thing is, it's Charlotte that's coming up with all these suggestions. She's usually the one that's saying we need to move on. But she's getting so caught up with the in her own admission, she's getting that caught up. She's not doing her job. She's just watching.
But this is it, innit? I think the lovely thing is, it's addictive. It's fun. This is what it's all about. This is the only thing it's meant to be. It's only meant to be fun.
And you know, for somebody like me who can't draw a straight line with a ruler, it looks achievable.
Yes.
And that's the thing. You could do this. You could quite easily take those fabulous tattoos that we've got there, Masquerade tattoos at the bottom of your screen there, and add to them just those little flourishes. And it's all about the quality of the tools that you're working with. That's what makes the difference. Just one flourish. You can see here where Leonie's adding the detail around the eyes. She's got the confidence to know that it's a solid black. She's not going to get a kind of like transparency with that black. She's not going to have to go back in and do another line on there. She knows that she can confidently lay down that colour and then, in theory, step away. It really is amazing. I love it. And you're going to love this one day, especially the details are back up on your screen.
See, isn't that just magnificent? I'm going to bring this back in again because I feel, because her eyes are so strong, that mask needs to come back in again. The strength of that mask, and I think that looks quite cool. So that's bringing it down, so it really adds. So now the eyes and the mask are almost melding into one, aren't they? I love that with this pen. Look how rich that pen is. And I mean, for eyelashes, this is the pen. If you want striking eyelashes, this is the one. Wow. It looks so cool, doesn't it? So bringing that out. Oh, yeah, you've lost me again.
It's easily done with things like this.
Right, one more thing. Because what's the thing that you need? It has to be the hair. Yes. Okay? So with this one, let's go in pink. So taking the couple of blobs, where her hair's going to go, bringing that paintbrush in again. Now with this one, of course, I don't want to go too close to that mask because I want to get in there and not lose the detail of the mask. However, if you're quick enough, you can actually, when you go on the mask, because of course I did that, if you're quick enough, you can pull the paint back off the mask so it doesn't ruin it if you go in there. Oh, I've put this on quite thick, haven't I? You don't waste any scrap paint. Any scrap paint you put onto another project, obviously. And then, so where I need extra detail, look at that wild hair, where I need extra detail, where's my other brush? Don't know where my other red next to me. So where I need extra detail, I'm going to come in with a finer brush, this is one of mine, and just get right in there. So I might, just leave it from there, Leonie. I'm tempted to have it coming from under there. Yeah, I know, right? 8 minutes. I did want another demo. Right, shall I leave it because you know where I'm up to? So, you know where I'm up to. I might try and finish it after the hour so you can actually see how it's finished. The only way I've finished this now, I've done all my main details. I'd add detail to the hair. I'd obviously add my fantastic ultimate pens to add that detail to the hair and then start putting detail in the background. Look, say so, doesn't it? And then, tell you what, those dies are fabulous.
Amazing.
Aren't they good? So a few of those in there, like so. And Bob is definitely your uncle.
Fabulous.
Well, it's
Thank you,
mine.
Uncle Bob. Good old Uncle Bob.
Hi, Uncle Bob.
200362, your one-day special. Let's give you a recap because there's lots of different elements being used there. So, of course, within the one-day special, the hair was created using the paints within your one-day special. Of course, the colour from the eyes came from those wonderful pens. The black tones that you got from and the white tones there, again, all from the one-day special. Really is a fabulous bundle. Extended delivery on this. I don't think I've mentioned this, actually. Looking at 6 days. It's actually going to get to you quicker than if you placed your order yesterday. Think about that one. 200362, 2 Flexibuys. First one of £31.48p plus your post and packing. Then, of course, it's all that licensed Quil pen. This is sheer luxury. Absolutely amazing. You will not want to part with this, and you won't want to part with those fabulous tattoos set, as you can see there. You're going to get those 4 sheets in there with your masks in there, your fabulous ladies, those gorgeous eyes and eyelashes, and of course that sheet with all the tiaras and crowns and additional elements. Freedom members, can't believe we can bring these to you with a discounted price, but we can. £17.99p. Otherwise, you're looking at £19.99p. 724304 if you're wanting those. And of course, just as our Leonie is unique to us here, you can be unique too with these wonderful dies. A set of 4 there, £11.99, 668323. I do urge you to jump on the website and have a little look at the other dies that we've got. We've not had a chance to cover all of those sets, but they are all keenly priced at £11.99, so it's definitely worth having a little rummage through there and finding some of yours. Some of those that you might like, maybe your mermaids. Now, of course, our lovely Jen, we do know her for mermaids. We see lots of scales appearing on things like those brushes and the tools, and this set, it would be a perfect one for you. 7 dies you can see there, all sorts on there. £11.99, 756070. And what about a little bit of a sea flower? This is a pretty one. I like this idea. Absolutely amazing. You've got a big die with this one. Then you've got the additional die where you can build up that, and that's going to look amazing on your journaling pages. £11.99, 2 dies, 425268. Lots of other dies, lots of other stamps on the website as well, so have a little rummage around.
Okay, I know I've pushed myself with time, so really quickly, already got a tag. Spookily enough, this was left over from one of my other shows, so like, having that. So with the tag, I'm just going to really quickly, I've got a little bit of the paint from the one-day special. I'm just going to blend that down a bit. This tag has got texture paste on it. It's also got that die. Can you see that die underneath it?
Yeah.
It's got that beautiful die.
That big flower, that gorgeous. Well, there's both of them on there.
These are such nice dies, and it's so nice using that with a texture paste. Look at that colour.
Wow.
Is that not just the most beautiful colour?
That is perfect to use with those washi sheets, isn't it? Because it's that kind of sea colour.
Oh, the colours blend so well. I'm going to mix it up, and they are really nice rich paints, which is why I'm adding water to these. You only need a small amount of paint. I mean, that's the lovely thing with these. I'm going to just pop a bit more water on there, just allow that to start blending. Look at that, just a squidge. With your, doesn't that look effective?
Wow.
Good colours. This is over a texture paste. See, it's lovely over a texture paste because you really get into that texture paste and create those really cool colour palettes. There we go. So I'm happy with that. Now, I'll just give that the quickest blast dry with my heat gun. While I do that, I've already started with my washes. Now, you need these. You need these. They're so good. What I've already done, I've already cut out one of my fabulous
I've just noticed
little
her
mermaids.
dress, a squid dress.
I know.
I hadn't noticed it before.
Isn't that good?
That is so clever.
Mad, innit? And you see, you could actually, look, the octopus, you could actually use the octopus on someone's head and have octopus hair.
Yeah, or
Marvellous.
use one of those masquerade tattoos to put one of the
yes,
ladies on top of there.
Of course, because you could actually put like little eyes underneath.
Yeah.
And the amount of things you could do with these.
Loads of it. Oh yes.
Okay. So what I'm going to do? Do you want to? I'll dry this off properly while you show.
Yeah, just quickly.
So I know we're on a couple
help
of
with the
minutes.
addition of it as well. Now you're going to get 2 of each one of these, so lots of scope for these. So you can see there, you beautiful ladies. As Leonie said, do not throw away any of these scraps because those little tiny elements are really useful to add just as little accents for any project you're working with. All of these come in there. Expect wonderful things to happen. Leonie, we did work with these in the last hour. Of course, your fabulous mermaids there. And again, that's echoing the design of the die that Leonie's been working with too. All of these featuring within there 2 repeats of each of them at £15 and 99 pence. You have been loving them. And just in case you're not aware, with regards to these, they are self-adhesive edge to edge. So just like your regular washi tape, you've got that transparency about them. So they are beautiful to work with because they will show through anything that's stamped or inked underneath them. So yeah, keep that beauty there.
Right, ready. So I've got this. What I'm going to do is just take, you know, we've got those flower ladies. Okay, one of those flower ladies, her hair looks like bubbles.
Oh yes,
It's flowers, but it looks like bubbles. Don't stick to here, quick. So all I'm going to do is just take one of my lovely little squid inks. I won't use a block because I'm rushing.
Do you want me to find the edge of your squid lady so you can peel her up?
Oh, you're amazing. And look, as I put this on, see, you can just get that texture. Can you see just a little bit of texture? Those stamps are gorgeous. Maybe in the last hour I'll touch on those a little bit more. But of course we're running out of time, thank you. And then let's put her on. So she is going to come in just like this. I'm going to have her coming over this corner, like so. These are fabulous because on your texture, they mould into that texture. So as she comes down, isn't it lovely? Can you see how it just sticks? All the texture comes through. It's almost like using your rice papers, but it's different. You've still got that, you can see through it.
And you haven't needed any glue.
Amazing. And then I know I've utterly run out of time, but I come in with scraps. I build up my image with the beautiful scraps as well. You can obviously cut circles out of these. You can do all sorts to build those up. And then I'd actually bring on my little dies, because I've cut those again. I bring on my little dies and start layering those up as well. And I'd probably bring on a little word saying unique, maybe even some stars. We have got them other dies, so maybe I'll finish this one in the next hour with the beautiful mermaid dies that we've got on the show.
That'll be at 5 o'clock with final call. Do join Leonie then. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Fabric Affair coming up, the lovely Margaret and Yanis teaming up for the next hour. I'm going to be back with Joe and Creeley's straight after, and then we've got the lovely Linda back again with the Perth Marno show.
Welcome to Club G45 from Graphic 45, the monthly tutorial kit that allows you to create some of the most beautiful projects by accessing a step-by-step video viewable online. This month's tutorial is the Club G45 Wall Hanging Decorative Frame Kit, containing Bloom Wall Hanging Decorative Frame and Bloom Metal Keyhole Pocket Mini projects. You'll get almost everything you need to create these projects from scratch, including access to this month's step-by-step video tutorial and accompanying project sheet. Simply order yours by purchasing item number 490196 for £44.99 plus your postage from Hochanda.com, or give us a call on 01733 602 for instant access to this month's Club G45 from Graphic 45.
Hi, I'm Rob from Add Some Sparkle. My wife Jackie and I have been running Add Some Sparkle since 2010 as a small family business. We're both very passionate about papercraft in general, and Jackie's particularly passionate with paper embroidery, which is one of the main things we focus on now. So make sure you don't miss our Add Some Sparkle shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Jenny Mays from Hobby Art. Hobby Art's a family-run company, and we've been designing and manufacturing stamps for over 28 years now. We have an extensive range of clear and rubber stamps, and we're proud that they're all manufactured in Britain. Whatever your style, there's always something that will interest you with Hobby Art stamps. Crafting is my passion, and I love teaching. I love sharing my ideas with other people. This is why I enjoy being part of the Hochanda family, because I have the time to share my ideas, maybe open a door for somebody and give them the confidence to start stamping. So make sure you join me, Jenny Mays, on Hochanda.
Well, good afternoon. A warm welcome to Hochanda. We have got another fantastic hour with the lovely Margaret and Fabric Affair. Hello.
Hello, Yanis.
You looked like you were having a lot of fun with Charlie Hopkins earlier.
Yes.
We have got more. Say it like you mean it. No, I'm only kidding. You won't. We've got some great demonstrations we're going to be showing you, and we have got some fantastic kits. I really mean that. I was going down the counter when we were preparing for the show, and we really do have some really good things to sell. Okay, we're going to start here, and one thing, so many of you will already know if you're fans of Fabric Affair, but if not, you'll soon realise you're passionate about tweed.
I am a little bit. In fact, Charlie very funnily called me Mrs. Tweed this morning.
Mrs. Tweed, he's a charmer there. Hello, Mrs.
Well, I've had messages come in on my Facebook now to Mrs. Tweed.
Mrs. Tweed. Genius. All right, so
he started
it's stuck.
Something.
It's stuck.
Yes, so here
This
we
is
are.
a great bundle.
It is a great
tweed,
bundle.
we all know as soft crafters, tweed you pay a premium because as a fabric, it is a premium fabric, and with that in mind, you pay a premium price.
Yes.
But I mean, what? Two flexi payments are £35, and you're getting all of this beautiful tweed.
You are. You are.
How much are we getting there, tweed-wise?
Well, tweed-wise, this whole quilt is based around 10-inch squares, and I can't tell you off the top of my head.
But there's a lot of
but
tweed.
There's a lot of tweed there, yes. We always build in a slight, what we call mistake element as well. So you might have a little bit more than you actually need.
Should we open this
a wee
up?
bit more forgiving, yes.
So now, you have got the pattern for this, and
Yes.
that's in
The
magazine,
magazine.
and we are giving you the magazine as
Yes,
well.
yes.
This is beautiful, though, Mark.
Well, I love the colours. I'm a big fan of these cottons, and I would have quite a collection.
So you can mix and match.
Yes, and I wanted something nice and bright. It's called Sinead's Quilt because it was made by a lovely friend of mine, Sinead, who has a quilt shop in Newton, Mount Kennedy.
Very nice. Big shout out to her. Yeah.
Yes, big shout out to Sinead.
Well, it shows the fabrics we have in our stash, how
Yes.
well playing with the different textiles works.
Yes, and that's where I started. I started with my cottons, and in fact I wanted something warm and bright because the one that Sinead did was in beautiful, soft, subtle colours, and I did it in strips and bands,
lovely.
whereas you could make it beautifully random as well. Yeah.
So the whole point of this is to give you enough tweed that you'll be able to make your own quilt, obviously using your stash as well.
Yes.
You're getting all the instructions in here and the pattern.
Yes.
And we need to talk about, because you're not just getting one pattern in here, you're getting the full magazine.
Yes.
And this is a great magazine if you're into your patchwork and your quilting.
It is.
I had a little thumb through. It's
yes.
very, very good.
It's very good. It's I would do work with them throughout
There's
the
the
year,
quilt.
and
Lovely.
they're great people to work with.
So there's Sinead's quilt.
Yeah. There's some nice bags, and there's some little wall hangings, and a report on a quilt show.
There's something for everybody in here.
There
so
is.
a great read.
Yes.
And there's, you've got all your templates, in there. That's
yes.
important.
Yes.
With thumbing
Yeah.
through, and obviously once you get it home, you'll have a proper thumb through
Yes.
going through. So you're getting all of that. You are getting the magazine. Just having a look. Now that magazine would be £4.99 by itself, and then you're getting all of this tweed. Do you mind if I open
No,
these
not
up?
at all. I'm going to pop this
Just
back
to
over
give you
here.
an indication. Oh, and that is good. I mean, that is a sizable strip of tweed.
Yes.
So you get more of those, more than enough to
enough.
make your quilt, the Sinead quilts.
Yes.
So for £35, your first flexi payment. But one thing I really need to stress, it's the quality of the tweed as well. And any soft crafter will know, it's one thing to see fabric, but the quality is very important.
It is.
The colours are all designed to complement each other beautifully. Now, you've got this gorgeous herringbone pink.
Isn't it lovely?
Isn't that stunning?
And they're quite strong pinks. But it works, and I think the blue and the light purple that's sitting at the top here kind of tones it a little bit.
We're busy for this. Details on your screen. $69.99 your price. Your item number is 433773. We've got more for you. Auntie Doreen. Do you know what's funny? Because we were all talking, and everyone seems to have an Auntie Doreen.
Yes, or a Nana Doreen, which I thought was lovely. Yes,
This is beautiful. So two different colourways here. We've got a black and our grey.
Yes.
And look at all of that
Yes.
for $44.99.
Yes.
Now this is two options, by the way. This is the grey that I'm holding up. You've also got the black, but that and the colours.
Yeah.
Margaret, that is impressive. Even
It's
the
lovely.
label. I love you
Yeah,
even including the label in there as well.
Well, when you buy tweed, you should always get a label because the mill want you to know that it's their tweed.
Okay.
And it authenticates your fabric. It's all very well for me to say this is Donegal tweed,
Yeah.
but how do you know? Well, this is how you know, because the mill produces their label,
Yeah.
and they want
it's
you to know.
included in.
Of course, yes. So any of the tweed that we sell, we would have a label.
The quality of the tweed, the fact how it plays with the background contrast colours as well, and it's all about embracing applique. You're getting the pattern, you're getting the tweed.
Yes.
I mean, 2 flexi payments are £22.50. I think that is fantastic value.
It is. It is.
Really, really
Yes.
good value. And
Yes.
look, the simple question is, how much would you pay for a handcrafted tweed bag? If you went to a little boutique shop, I'm telling you now, it would be a heck of a lot more than the price we have on the screen right now. And you get the enjoyment of making it. You've got the patterns, and then you can go on and make as many of these as you like. And as a bag, it is a functional bag. The bucket bag, this is kind of like your go-to.
It is.
Stick everything in there.
Oh, well, I do.
Yeah, and it looks great.
Yes.
I guarantee. Oh, well, when you wore one of the, you've taken it out.
Yes, yeah, yes.
Do you get a lot of people asking where do you get the bag from?
Yes, all the time. And I've had ladies make this as a project, and they come to show me how they've made it, because the whole point is that I give you lots to choose from.
Nice.
The final design is kind of yours, and they come and show me what they've done. But they would be standing in the queue at coming into events, and people would be saying, where did you get the bag?
Oh, I understand. It's only Fabric Affair.
Yes.
Okay, so details on screen. I think we're going to be demoing the grey bag this hour. $44.99 your price, 741-825 your item number. Moving on, we're going to explore more tweed, and you kind of get a feel for that this hour. It's interesting chatting with Margaret before the show, because I know what you want to do with these next two bundles, and they are options, is give everyone at home the stash to be able to dip into, because we've all got those patterns or those applique designs that we want to bring to life.
We have.
And you've done the hard bit, which is source the quality tweed.
Yes. We find now that lots of people come to us with patterns, with pictures, with magazines, and they're trying to put together a collection of tweeds that will enable them to do a particular project. So that was the thinking behind this.
This is very good
It's
quality.
about building a stash. It's about building a collection that you can dip into. You might be doing something towards the autumn and you need a little bit of pumpkin orange or a vibrant green or something. So that's why we have a little subscription club, and this is the sort of thing you get in the club.
And it's worth looking out for. If you do follow Fabric Affair, you can go to their website and have a look at that subscription club, and this is the kind of thing you'd get there. I thoroughly recommend doing that. So that's one option.
Yes.
That's your pumpkin harvest.
Yes.
We've also got our summer garden.
Yes.
Oh,
Well, the green might be a wee bit bright for a summer garden, but you're only going to use
a
a
little bit. Yeah, it's that little
pops.
accent.
Yes, yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Ooh. They feel good,
Yes.
they look good, it's just quality throughout.
Yes.
$24.99 your price, 443-477 your item number. We've got some more for you now. Again, further options. Still embracing the theme of quality tweed. These are tweed twirls. So
These are what we call tweed twirls, and actually we've been selling these for a little while, and we just roll them up and tie them and take them to shows, and I've never called them anything. They've just been tweed. And I thought,
that's a
when you
gorgeous
pick them
tweed.
up, they're like a lovely twirl of colour.
Yeah.
So we thought, right, they're tweed twirls. I rip this when I'm packing these because that absolutely ensures that it's on the straight. So we sell it at, we measure it at just over 6 inches, but we describe it as being 5 because there's a very tiny stretch on either side where I've been ripping it across the grain, and that allows for that in your piece.
stunning. So that is your first option.
Yes, which are the greys.
That's your greys. And then here we got our blues.
Well, it was the sort of dominant colour within the pack that gave the name to the collection, and that is a beautiful blue. So I thought, right, we'll just call it.
Pink in there as well. You've got kind of lighter blue hues, the yellow, and then the red. Can we I'll just show one of the, if that's okay.
Yep, lift
Can I
it
show
out.
one?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
There's a lot there.
Yeah, well, your accent colour is cut straight across, so you're going to get 60 inches of your
Wow.
accent colour.
Okay, so
And the
would
whole
that be
idea
good for binding, or if you could put a
well,
border around a
you could
quilt?
put a border
Yeah.
around it. The whole
It's a
idea
sizable
with
piece.
these is, you know, you would keep cutting them until you had what you want. If you're going to do a cushion, you might cut that in half. You might cut it into quite narrow pieces,
Yeah,
piece it again.
Could you trim it down? You know how we do our fabric strip rolls?
Yes.
So if you've got a pattern for a fabric strip roll and
Yes.
you've never done that pattern
Yes.
maybe with a tweed, because it will take a whole different dynamic as a tweed.
Yes, and even if you put that in with your cottons,
Oh, yeah.
even if through that project you substituted something
Lovely.
like this just to give a different accent and a different weight,
Very nice.
absolutely, it would
Okay,
be
let me
beautiful.
pop that down there because I don't want to
Yes.
give
Oh, no.
Callum, our floor manager, a heart attack. He spent so long displaying it beautifully. Okay, details are on your screen there if you want to go for these two different options, your blues or your greys. £24.99 your price, 837012 your item number. Got to tell you a story about the pin cushion. It's sold out, and can we just say a big thank you to Margaret, because we had
That's
a lot of people
Yes.
wanting to get hold of this.
We
So
did.
Margaret's worked very hard. She's enabled us to bring some more stock on. So if you
Yes.
do want to go, it is on extended delivery. It's going to be dispatched from the 10th of June, but it is back in stock. And when you see this, you know why that has been so popular, why it's sold out. So don't miss out. £17.99. It is the most beautiful pincushion.
It is.
Really, I like that a lot, and the whole team. Got to tell you, it will come with the pattern. Now, this is how the pattern's going to be looking. So you will get your pattern. This is just, I know for the show, because you're saying
yes,
it happens.
Slight mishap.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so just didn't pick up the pattern for this, but this is what you're going to get. This is for our next option, but just to show you are getting the pattern with the pin cushion.
Yes, you do.
That is very, very good value for money. So how do you describe this one? This is your...
Well, I called it chic chapeau, which just means
Chapeau.
chic hat.
Chapeau.
Chapeau. My mother was a milliner, and I use lots of terminology that she would have used, and she obviously learnt that as an apprentice.
yeah.
She was she served her time as an apprentice to be a milliner.
This is interesting.
Many years ago, and I've always loved hats.
We can
And-
see that, actually,
Yeah,
because
and
they're
I
beautiful.
just these are fun.
Yeah. Got to tell you, Margaret, half the stock of the extended delivery is gone, and we've only just looked at it. Busy,
Yes.
really, really busy for this option, so don't miss out, because it looks like it will sell out again this hour.
Oh dear.
And finally, we do have our steam. Oh, this is a handsome, handsome hat.
Yes. Well,
So-
that's where it started.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
Sid, our little snowman, who's a character that we've sold on Hochanda.
Getting your embellishments in
Yes,
there. This is a
yeah.
showstopper.
Yes. Your kit has your jewels, your steampunk jewels.
Getting
It has your
feathers in
feathers, your
there
little
as
piece
well,
of lace, your black
lace.
grosgrain ribbon, your full pattern and templates. And this is the start of the story. I have another one that I'm working on. It's just not quite coming together,
Okay.
so I think we're on a bit of an
Watch your
addiction.
space. Watch your
Yes.
space. £27.99 if you do fancy adding this to your crafty space. 483481 your item number. Let's jump onto the website as we start having some fun and getting to demonstration. Look, one thing I will say to you with Margaret, she is so passionate about everything that she brings and so knowledgeable as well. So anything you see there, if you do shop by brand, you can rest assured whatever you purchase this hour is absolute best of the best. When it comes to tweed, Margaret knows what she's doing. Also got such beautiful patterns. A really, really busy hour with Charlie earlier on, and we're having a busy hour today as well, and this one. So don't miss out. You can shop by brand. What are you going to be popping into your basket? That is the question. Before we get to our demonstration, are you okay, Margaret? What do you need?
Good.
Yeah?
Watch the pins.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yes.
I do. Okay, don't worry. God bless you. You can tell you're a mum, because I was on reaching out.
Yes, I'm a grandma.
Yeah,
Don't
okay.
touch the
I won't touch
pins.
the pins. Just want to say very, very quickly, now, you do this whenever you come visit us, and we love it. Just take a look at this. A treasure trove of tweed, and our producer Emily, she says every time you come in she purchases this, and she's
does
going to
she?
be doing it again. So having a look
Right.
at all of this tweed. So this is our Fabric Fair project bag, and basically it is chock-a-block full of tweed. Different textures, different colourways, different finishes, but all same quality tweed coming through. So this is your little scrap box. This is where you're able to get such a beautiful diversity of tweed to dip into. So let's just say you need something like this maybe in a project. You just want to add that little bit of detail. What about your patchwork? Applique designs. You could do that. I'm still going on. Look, there's so much more in this. It's ridiculous. always popular, sells out again and again and again. And it's when you pick it up, when you feel this tweed, any sewer out there who will appreciate good quality tweed. And this is what Fabric Affair do so well. It's all about the quality of those tweed. I mean, I actually going to have to put it down because there is still so much more left in there. I just don't know. I can't stand it showing you all of these, or sit here rather. Okay, so $15.99. Look at that, it's an utter bargain.
It's good value. Yeah,
so stock up on your stash. If you just want to try tweed out, maybe you haven't worked with it before, for a plique, it is stunning. Okay, what are we going to do then, Margaret?
Well, I'm just going to quickly talk through what we did this morning, talk through the hat, and then we're actually going to look at Auntie Doreen's bag and we're going to look at a plique. And I know we've done this before, but it does no harm to go back over the basics
I like
sometimes.
your style, yeah.
So the cushion in front of you, I was piecing it this morning and chatting to Charlie, and I was talking about using different textiles. So that's what the front will, and I found a sham tucked underneath the counter. So
very nice.
It's always nicer to see it when you see it over the curvature. And then there's the back, and look, there's a piece. It's a remnant. It was a little piece that I would have found or had in my stash.
That works very well.
And isn't it beautiful with the tweed?
I like that.
So I cut the front, and the little piece that I had left over I've just put as the flap underneath.
Beautiful.
And what I hope to do, and I'll put it up on my Facebook page in a couple of days, I'm going to cut out some of those beautiful shapes from the linen and applique it onto the top.
So Margaret's son has a beachfront shack, and it is called the Shack.
It is called
in
the
Donegal,
Shack, yes.
And this is where this cushion, you always make cushions for them out front.
Yes.
And Margaret was telling me, if you're a fan of Game of Thrones, if you ever go to Donegal, look for the Shack. I'm going to be doing the same because apparently you've got the, I think it's Arya from Game of Thrones. She frequents, so she'll drive. Where did she drive from?
I'm not sure. She
Belfast,
probably lives in Belfast, so it's an hour, 2.5 hours.
She will drive to go to the shack, and she'll just sit and chill out the front. Apparently, people come from.
Gorgeous.
Coffee's very good.
Coffee's
people come from America, like New York, to go to the shack.
Yes.
So look out for it.
There was a tourism article in a magazine in America, and this couple decided they would just come. Wow. Isn't that extraordinary?
The shack in Donegal. Okay, we're going to continue. Obviously, there are other cafes in Donegal as well, just in interest of fairness.
Yes, and fairness. Okay. Although a lot of them sell his coffee as well.
Okay. Proud mum. Proud mum.
Very proud mum. Yeah. The little hat, sheep chapeau, I was demonstrating it this morning, and look, it's really very straightforward, and all the templates are in your pattern, your instructions are all there. You shouldn't come unstuck at any stage. There's only 3 parts to the pattern. You have to cut your circle freehand, but that's fine. So you've got your crown and your brim, and I was showing you how to stitch it this morning and put all the pieces together. And the one not to get stressed about is when you start to put the crown onto the brim. You fold your brim into quarters and just put a little pin and match the quarters with those seams in the crown, and just ease the fabric into those, and it'll be fine. And look, if you need to take a little pinch of fabric, it doesn't matter because you're going to trim it.
Well, I just want to show the finished.
Almost.
Or almost finished pin cushion.
Yes.
How beautiful is that? I mean, absolutely stunning. You know that will look great in any craft room. So if you're looking for a pin cushion with a difference, a pin cushion has got personality.
Yes, and the little fur and the fabric is included in your kit.
Nice.
And that's 4 little circles joined together
nice.
and make into a little rose, so you can do something like that. But what I was doing this morning with Charlie, I was explaining that using the florist's wire, we all have loads and loads and loads of buttons. Broken beads, little pearls, things that we can't bear to throw away, but we're not quite sure what we're going to do with them. So
so creating that little embellishment detail on the hat.
Do something.
Nice.
Yes.
It is very busy. Well, we are very busy for this option. So we sold out in the earlier hour. Just remind me, when were you on?
This morning at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, and you can watch that hour via Rewind on our website. We have managed to get it back on extended delivery, and a big thank you to Margaret being able to do that for us, because she worked very hard to bring it back. 50% of the stock has gone there, and it's flying, so it could potentially sell out again this hour, just saying.
Right.
Okay. Now, we're going on to our Auntie Doreen's bag. So 2 different options here, the black and the grey.
Yes.
I like them both.
I like them both. I like this grey. I think this is a beautiful shade of slate grey.
Yeah, that's it.
When you get your kit, there isn't a template in it. in the pattern. What I give you are the dimensions to make your own pattern. It's really important. It's simple to do. It's a bucket bag, but the measurement along the bottom has to be accurate, because the circumference and the base that you create, it all has to fit together. Yes. I should have lifted the bag. Never mind.
We can get it for you.
Can we get the bag?
Yeah,
let's
we'll
get the bag.
We'll get the bag.
Shall we do that? And
it's a lovely bag, and it's a bag that Margaret was saying whenever she takes it out, people are asking her, where did you get that bag? You must take great satisfaction
it's almost
in saying,
like a song, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where did you get that bag?
Do you take satisfaction, though, in telling, well, it's actually my design?
I often don't say that.
Oh, Margaret, you've got to say, look, say, I'm a TV personality,
no.
it's my design. You can watch me on Hochanda.
Well, I was saying to Charlie this morning, my little box of goodies created a little bit of interest coming through security on our flight yesterday.
Pleasure.
And he actually just leant across this very nice security man, and he said, "What do you do?" And I said, "Well, I stitch, I sew." He said, "Yes, but what do you, why? What are you doing?" So I actually did say to him, "I'm on my way to
You should have said, don't you know who I am?
No, I said, I'm on my way. But he still
Urgent,
took...
I need to get through here, VIP treatment.
He still took some of the things out of his
Oh, no.
Well, it was my fault.
Yeah.
So this is the
looking at the
measurement
base.
I'm talking about here, this oval piece which is going to sit. Now again, if it doesn't absolutely fit, you can see I've taken little tucks. I've eased that base in, so don't distress. Don't get into a...
Did you add that label in, or is it included?
The label, no, not this one, but there will be a label included.
It's just nice to put a label on, it gives that finishing touch.
Yes, well, I was explaining earlier, you know, the mill wants you to know. This is a beautiful label, and I don't have them anymore. And there's a story behind them. Mr. McNutt, who owns the mill.
Wait. Mr. McNutt?
Mr. McNutt.
Owned the mill?
He owns the mill.
Okay, he owns the mill, yeah.
And it's his
Brilliant
tweeds. And he thinks his father had these woven in the 60s. Wow. And they found some and very kindly gave them to me to put onto quilts and to bags. But we've come to the end.
Okay.
You would never see a label like this.
You will
but
get
you will
a
get a
label
beautiful
in it.
label. Yes, you will get a beautiful label.
What a great name, Mr. McNutt.
Yes, it's probably Ulster Scots.
Yeah.
So there's your shape, and this is what we're going to create. There's no interlining in your kit, because people have very strong views on bag making and interlining. Okay. And in the pattern I talk about a dressmaking interlining, because that's what I would have preferred to use.
You allow people the scope to use whichever preference they have.
They can use whatever preference, yes.
Grab that off
so you grab that. So you're going to create this.
Beautiful bag, though. If you just look at this bag and the applique detail you're getting on there, you're getting all the tweed you need.
All the tweed you need. And the tweed for your handle. I put a soft handle on it because it's sitting on your shoulder, and it's more comfortable with a soft shoulder.
There's something about tweed that instantly it gives that sense of quality.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know what I mean if you own anything that is tweed.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to look at our grey.
So here's our lovely grey.
It's a different option. So this was the black option.
Yes, and I called this a slate grey because I just wasn't quite sure. It's not sharp, it's got a beautiful soft colour, and you know, you sometimes, especially in this part of the world, you see beautiful old houses with a bluey grey slate roof, and that's what this reminded me of. Okay. Now in your pattern all your templates are included, and you'll end up tracing and drawing out your shapes onto a piece of adhesive paper like this. Okay. And people again have a very strong opinion as to which variety they like to use or not use, so we don't put it in because if you cut this and leave it sitting, the two layers will separate. So if you buy your kit and don't make it immediately, you open it up and it's a whole sort of carry on. So, and all you're going to do, there's lots of tweeds in your kit. You choose, you marry your design to whatever shape that is that you decide, and you've plenty to choose from. But what you see when you look at the bag is the blue bow and the white flowers and the leaves. I was a wee bit disappointed after I'd done the stems because I thought they were too dark and they disappeared into the bag, which we didn't really want.
Well,
So
yeah, okay, well, you can still see the stems. You obviously, I get what you're saying. You're a perfectionist, but I think it looks great.
I probably am being just too difficult. And the other thing I would have done in the original pattern, I would have cut all these strips into the shapes that you would have ironed them on. I wouldn't do that. I would now just cut strips, because your tweed is very movable. And I'm not even really sort of looking at this because I'm just going to play. But I would start like this. If you look, you can see I have ironed this into quarters, and that's so to try and help get the proportion and the scale. And hopefully this little one will work.
We did have recently a brand new company join us with. Did you watch a show with the Fuser mat? Did you see that show?
Yes. She's a New Zealand girl.
Yeah, that's right.
The same as me.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Really, the mat's incredible. And
Yes.
I instantly, when we went to prepare for the show, I thought of the mat. And I know so many of you have actually got the mats coming your way.
Yes, they are
for
fabulous for this. Perfect for this. Yes. Sharon was demonstrating at an event that we were at, and I just thought the technology behind it was wonderful.
Very clever.
Very, very clever. It's that Kiwi ingenuity.
There we go, you Kiwis.
We pop up everywhere.
My tennis coach was a Kiwi.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, good guy.
Yes, my brother has a theory that the Kiwis have the biggest diaspora than any other nation.
The biggest
Diaspora, i.e. when people immigrate and set up another countries, he thinks that per head of population there are more Kiwis.
Good words.
Diaspora, just a good word, isn't it?
It's a very good word. I was wondering what you were saying there for a
yes,
second.
sorry.
That's all right.
No, I've got distracted now because I'm talking about diasporas.
Yeah, I'm going to start
sorry.
using it. No, I'm going to start using that word. Okay, so we've done our stems.
So we've done our stems, and the beauty of this is you're just going to work away and place this. It's your bag. You may not necessarily like what I've done. You might not think that that's what your colours you want to do, but you've plenty to choose from. And what I'm doing is I'm just showing you a couple of basics, and we've talked about this before.
Right.
When you're taking the paper off the back, always cut it in the centre and draw it from the centre outwards, because the adhesive then goes right to the very edge and you don't get any fraying.
Nice.
All right. And look, I'm making it up because it's going to look different, and we're not going to worry about that.
But that's the thing, you can have some fun with your bag design. You've got the foundation, but then it's up to you to customise and really make it your own.
Yep. You may not necessarily want people tapping you on the shoulder, asking you where you bought it, but you do want it individual.
You will find people looking at your bag very enviously and maybe asking where you got it, and then there's that satisfaction saying, well, actually, I made it.
Yeah.
And also tell them to tune into Hochanda, spread the word.
Spread the word. Completely. So I'm going to iron this on, because then I can take the pins out, and we're going to look at some stitching, and we're going to look at how we create this and how we try and keep this in scale and what it is that we're trying to achieve. All right. So let's do this and see what happens. Are we good?
Yeah.
It's always a slightly nervous moment. This is a great wee iron, but let's hope. Oh, it's brilliant.
What is it about tweed that really captured your imagination, Margaret?
I knew the mill. I knew the mill was there. I knew the quality
this is the mill in
Donegal.
Yeah.
I had noticed, particularly in America and Australia, New Zealand, a lot of wool's textiles coming into quilting. There were some very big names like Sue Spargo, who was doing quite extraordinary things and quite different from the more traditional cotton quilts. But what appealed to me is that when I started to look into, I have to know the story. There's no good telling me half a story. I have to find out. And I went to some of our museums in Ireland, and they had beautiful, beautiful examples of wool quilts, because there had always been a wool textile industry.
Oh, no, that's interesting.
And when we went to Scotland, we found beautiful examples again, because there'd been a very strong wool textile, same in Wales.
Oh, with tweed,
With tweed, and the same in Northern England. So any country or place that had a textile industry based around wool, there are wool quilts.
Yeah.
There are wool quilts in museums and private collections. So we're not doing anything new or anything particularly startling. But there are wonderful examples.
Wool tends to be an heirloom.
It is.
And I think it goes back to the fact that as an actual fabric, wool is a premium fabric. And with that, you obviously pay a premium price.
Yes. And there's nothing you can do. You just... we try and... encourage people just to think a little bit differently, look at how you can work with this, what you could do, and yes, but some beautiful examples. Some of the very original, in fact, a lot of the original Amish quilts would have been done in wool.
Oh, that's interesting.
And
there's rich history of quilting in Amish community.
Yes, huge. And some of the very strong colours that you see, they would maybe only use 2 or 3 colours, would have been that they'd have been using a wool, and it would have been in solid pieces, and that's what they would have quilted with. And that's the part of the story that I love. We found a beautiful, beautiful quilt in a museum in Northern Ireland, and somebody had cut up a whole lot of tweed clothing, and they can date the textiles to about the 1840s, and they had made a beautiful quilt just
hanging
by
in the
skill,
museum.
and it's now in the museum.
Amazing.
Yes.
Margaret, I'm just looking at the time. We're halfway through, so would it be okay if we had a really quick recap and then continue?
Yes, and I'll continue.
Is that okay?
Yes.
And then we'll show.
Yes.
We'll talk through everything. You're not going to miss
Yes.
anything on this, so I don't think we're missing out. Quick recap. Promise we're going to get back to this. We've got the deal of the day as well. This will blow you away. Mill Shop online. Have a look. 4 meters for £12. I'm going to say it again. 4 meters, 100% cotton for £12. And you saw Margaret showing how well cotton plays with tweed. So the first quilt I'm about to show you, get hold of the deal of the day, get hold of the quilt, happy days. You put the two together and you are winning. But that is a fantastic deal. The deal of the day, £12 for 4 meters. I think it will not last 24 hours. I think the stock will go before the clock. We'll find out, obviously. Either way, it's only around that deal. A monster saving, only around for 24 hours. So I was just talking about the fact, our first offering here, now you're getting the magazine and you're also getting a beautiful collaboration of tweed, allowing you to make a stunning quilt. $69.99 your price. You're getting all of this tweed. And as we know, tweed as a fabric, it's expensive. You pay a premium for tweed, but for good reason, because it is such a fantastic fabric to work with. And this is a great magazine too. So you are getting a magazine. Now, in the magazine, it will give you the pattern to make this fantastic quilt, but so much more. And you're seeing it here. It is just chock-a-block full of inspirations, of knowledge. So if you love your patchwork, if you love your quilting, this is a great magazine. So you're getting the magazine in the bundle. I mean, look at that. Ooh, your floral wall hangings in there, that tree. So this is kind of inspirations you're going to be making with the magazine. Talking about different blocks, obviously, for your quilting in here. I mean, it is just page after page after page of inspiration. Pictures, oh, that's nice. Stars and flowers. Then pop that down, and ultimately, this is what you're going to be making. But when I said, have a look at the one-day special, because you're getting such great value there. So what about mixing the one-day special with your tweed and making something like this? Oh, did I say one-day special? I'm so sorry. Deal of the day. I apologise. Deal of the day. That was my bad. Just showing you that there. There we go. I mean, that is such a beautiful, beautiful quilt. So just to correct myself, deal of the day. Sorry, I know I was mentioning one day special. Okay, so that's your first offering, $69.99. But you are getting the magazine, you're getting the inspiration, and you're getting the tweed, all of this tweed, to bring it to life. Busy for this option, 433-773, your item number there. We got more for you. Now, this is the bag. This is Doreen's bag, Auntie Doreen's bag, I should say. 2 different options to play around with. I will just pick up the bag so you can see what it looks like. Here it is. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to pick it up. I'm going to model it. Take a look. That is a great size bag. This is a catch-all. So you've got this large bucket bag, but it's all about that applique detail. Oh. Now, how good does tweed look for applique? Thank you. Back to my catalogue days. So you are getting the tweed bag. Now, it's a nice bucket bag. Two different options. You've got your black or your grey. But for $44.99, look at all of this. You're getting your label in there, and I know that Margaret's very proud to put in the label, so you get to show the pedigree of where the tweed's from. And then you're getting all of this tweed. Now, you haven't got the line, the interfacing and your or your wadding in here, but that's obviously preference, so you decide what you want to use. But look at all of this tweed. Thrown in, awful lot of tweed. You've got your lining in there as well, and obviously you've got your base colour. So black here, or your grey option. I like both. I'm really torn. I can't pick a favourite. So I'm going to have to sit on the fence for this one, I'm afraid. But you can just see you're getting a huge amount of tweed for your money. £22.50 your first flex payment. You're not just getting the tweed, though. You're going to get the pattern, so you can make this as many times as you like. 741825, your item number there. Right, so we've got more quality tweed. And that's the whole point of this hour. We are really embracing all that is fantastic about tweed. Two different options for you. This is our autumnal hues. It's called the Pumpkin Harvest, and you're getting such a lovely mix of rich tones, and it really does capture that essence. And I think these colours really do work particularly well on tweed. So you're getting all of those, all that tweed for $24.99. I know, that's your Pumpkin Harvest. We've also got the Summer Garden in the mix as well. So now it's those bright pops of colour. Which one I'm going to do? I'm going to put that one there, because with the green, you're only going to use a little. It's that a little pop of colour coming through, but absolutely gorgeous collection of tweed. So there we go. Now, reason we've given the title of this for applique is that Margaret was saying so many of, and she can relate to this, so many of us, we have the patterns, we have the designs at home, and we're kind of searching around for the right fabrics to bring those to life. So here, Margaret sourced those for you. Quality, quality, quality tweed. $24.99 your price, 443477 your item number. Now, we've got our tweed twirls. Two different options. This is your greys. Ooh, look at this, is really nice. I actually think the greys slightly more, now unisex, but if you are struggling for right colours maybe for masculine projects, this is a good option to go for. Really refined. Very, very nice. So you are getting all of that tweed, a heck of a lot for $24.99. That's one option. There's your greys. We've also got the blues. Now, blues happen to be the most popular. So you're getting all of those colours, those beautiful long strips that you cut down to size. So if you did want to make, now if you do have any patterns that use, I know so many of us do, you know the strip rolls that we feature here, so you get those large strip rolls. You can trim these down and start making those patterns. So just trim them down to the right measurements for your strip roll, and then make up the pattern in tweed. 837012 your item number, $24.99 your price there. The pincushion. This is very, very popular. So having a little look, you've got this gorgeous individual pincushion. Look at this. I love the colours. That tweed is stunning. Something that is truly original, and you can see everything that you're getting in here to bring your pincushion to life. But can you imagine this pincushion? I mean, very giftable. Ha ha! Wow. 70% of the restock, it sold out earlier on, 70% of the restock's gone now. A lot of you are putting this into your basket. It could potentially sell out again this hour. But having a look at it, very giftable. So can you imagine making this and giving it as a gift to another sewer? I think they'd really appreciate that. You'd use it as well. And it looks good. It's a design statement for your craft room or wherever you sew. $17.99 your price there. 660512 your item number. Finally, we have our steampunk hat. Love this. Whew, if you're looking for something that really does stand out, You're getting all the embellishments, everything you need to bring this hat to life. Leave it on the mantelpiece. I mean, a pincushion, great, but it can be so much more. You've got lace in there, you've got feathers, you've got everything you need. $27.99 your price, 483-481 your item number. The project bag, ho-ho. It is just a monster bundle of tweed. Do not miss out. Value for money on this is exceptional. $15.99 your price, 306-378 your item number. Always busy, and this is something that people look forward to. Whenever Fabric Affair and Margaret come in, everyone's asking about the project bag. So it is here, well, here for now. We've got one more thing to show you. We have got the Nicholas McNutt pattern. So obviously inspired by the owner of the mill. This is awesome. $12.50, bargain. So you're getting this pattern, 843-451 your item number. And look, with Christmas, I know Christmas in July is not far away. I think that is a great pattern.
It is.
Great pattern.
It's a very
Just want to
good
show you
pattern.
really quickly. So our project bag. Look at all of this tweed. This is why it's popular, and I'm only showing this for the courtesy of people who have just tuned in, because I know we have loads of viewers joining in all the time. But do you see the rich mix of colours? Different designs, so perfect for your patchwork. Can you imagine breaking this down for your block work? Would look fantastic, but it's just piece after piece after piece. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Beautiful quality, and this is something that I'm always going to go on about whenever Margaret comes in. It's the quality of the tweed that you're getting, that provenance, where it's sourced from the mill. You know this is good stuff. Margaret wouldn't bring you anything else. I'm going to stop because, I mean, I really could go on for the next few minutes just showing you pieces, and there's still so much. Look how much is left in the box. So this is what you're going. Is it? I mean, is that more by weight, would you say?
There's a little bit of sort of serendipitous work goes on with the
You'll get a
with the peg.
sizable amount.
You will get a sizable amount.
I mean, for
yes.
$15.99, you
Yes.
can't argue.
No, you can't. And you're absolutely right when you were saying earlier, for people who want to include it into a project that maybe haven't used it before,
Good
it's
start,
perfect.
yeah.
It's a perfect start.
Because I think a lot of the time people are a little bit wary of using tweed.
Yes, they are.
And obviously there is the
Yes.
price factor as well, because you
Yes.
do pay a premium for tweed.
Yes.
So get your project bag.
Yes.
Have a go with it. Don't be
Yes.
scared by it. As
No,
well. That's what I'm
no.
trying to say.
And I have people say to me, I bought tweed and I'm too frightened to cut it. You really just need to cut it. And
still-
if
it's
you
a fabric
make
at
a
the end of the
mistake,
day.
it is. And
Yeah.
if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. You can do something else with it. Cut it slightly different. Use it differently,
There's
but
always a
use
way.
it. There's always a
Always a
way.
way.
There
Okay, so
absolutely is always a way.
We're going to continue with our Auntie Doreen bag.
Well, I've gone about as far as I'm going to go with placing, because this is about how you view your colours and how you view your design. I mentioned that I had ironed it into sort of quarters, and that's so that when you start to put your pieces out, you're going to create a balance, and it's got to please you. It doesn't have to please me.
Yeah.
It's got to please you.
Yeah.
And if you're happy with it, that's all that matters.
Nice.
And you want to be excited about doing it. You want to think, oh, this is gorgeous, I'm loving this, I love the colours. And until you actually iron it all down, everything you can move. I know I've ironed this, and your leaves or your stems and your bow are, if you like, the centre. This is where you start from. Everything else you just add on. So it's no more complicated than that. I never cut the stems now in shape. I just cut the strips and I iron them on the way that I've demonstrated. And I don't really draw leaves either, because sometimes when you start placing, the spaces are maybe different than you had envisaged.
Okay.
So I usually just have loads of pieces of green that I've ironed on the adhesive paper to, and I just freehand would cut as I have just now.
Perfect.
And the other thing is all the little circles. I just draw around a cotton. There's no magic. I have a lovely pattern, and the one part of it is the teacup and the other part of it is the rim of the saucer.
use what you have to
use what
hand.
you've got.
Yeah.
And as long as it's sort of in proportion, it's fine. And it's folk art. It doesn't have to be absolutely...
It's very forgiving.
It's very... And tweed is very forgiving. Tweed is wonderfully forgiving.
It's
so I'm going to...
beautiful fabric to work with. Though.
It's wonderful to work with. So
you
don't
just
be
see-
intimidated.
I mean, looking at the tweed for the flowers, it
Yes.
just works, Margaret.
Doesn't
it looks
it?
so good.
Yes, doesn't it? And we all have buttons. I was talking about buttons this morning. We all have little bits of embellishment. We all have threads. None of us are short of threads. So it's...
Contrast, play around, make it your own. But the bags in themselves, just showing you here now, remember, two different options, black or grey. But the bag itself, just as it is now, fantastic. But you can take it to that next level. So you can incorporate different stitches, you can use buttons, beads, whatever you like. But it is just a stunning, stunning bag. You'll get the lining in there as well. It really is. It's a talking point.
It is a talking point, and once you've got your pattern, you could make it in all sorts of textiles. You could do all sorts of things. It's a really good base.
Do you tend to have favourite bags?
Well, I said earlier today I'm not really a bag maker, and I'm not, but I loved this. I loved when I was making it.
It's a good
and
size.
It's a
practical.
great size, yes.
So the lining
Yes.
that you're going to be getting is a yellow lining, so slightly
Bright
different
yellow,
to this.
yes.
But I mean, it's a good large bucket bag.
It is.
So you can fit whatever you like in there. You've got that space. So great if you go into the shops. It's just great
Yes.
when you're going out, because the bag fills up.
It does.
So you can just put whatever you like in
Whatever you like.
there. Nice.
Yes.
Okay, what would you like to show next?
Well, I was going to start talking about some of the stitches that you could use when you're doing your
Perfect.
applique, and we're just going to go back over some of the
Okay.
basics and have a wee look.
Yeah.
When I would get to this stage, I'm going to start tacking. I know this is very strong adhesive and it'll be absolutely fine, but I would get a long needle and thread and I would just stitch back and forth to hold it in place. Or if you're like me, you're stitching when you're travelling, so it's got to be able to be rolled up and unrolled and
Do you know what?
stitched.
I was thinking, Margaret, so I love the design of this bag. If you were to get the bag, then you'd obviously have the pattern
Yes.
and all the shapes. And if you liked that design with the tweed, what about getting the project bag, so all your tweed in there, and then you can put this for a cushion or for a centre point and a quill?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
tweed, just for applique, tweed works.
It works.
It really is nice.
And actually, a lot of the wool that I initially would have looked at in the museum pieces, a lot of the applique would have been wool on cotton or wool on linen, not necessarily wool on wool.
Yeah.
And that was about utilising all the pieces that you had.
They take so nicely together.
Oh, they're gorgeous, yes.
Okay. So
I've
what
just finished a quilt, and